Welcome, everybody. I am here with Caneshade, and we're doing something different today. This is good. I'm dropping this Sunday morning. The first video, being that this is new to us, the first video is going to be taped, and we're going to drop it. But we're going to talk about the games. All the spreads are up to date. So if the spreads change between now and tomorrow, it's not our fault. This week we're not going to do under overs. Probably next week we'll do the under overs also. So we're going to start with the games. We're not going to make this a long thing, and we're going to put this video up earlier because the games start noon tomorrow Eastern, and we have some really good games. But we'll start with a bad game. The Giants are 6.5 in the favor of the Dolphins. So, Caneshade, introduce yourself.
Well, this is Caneshades. I'm here doing the Average Joe show, NFL show with Lee. Yeah, you got the Dolphins that are 5-7 playing the Giants that are 4-7. I have the Dolphins winning this game. They've been on the winning streak. Most of the Giants receivers are still out. Shepard, I believe, is not playing. And Dolphins are balling out. They got the Alabama rookie Waddle had a tremendous game last week, and I got the Dolphins winning this game
By 6.5.
Yeah.
Okay, and I find the Dolphins they're an up and coming team. In a year or so, they're going to be one of the better teams, I believe, in the NFL, as long as they don't mess up. You know, the Dolphins. But they've changed ownership and stuff, so they should be going in a different direction. I'm going to say Dolphins cover. I'm a Giant fan, but I'm going to say Dolphins cover the 6.5. Okay, next game. Arizona is favored by 7 at the Bears. What do you think about this game,
The Cardinals will definitely cover. I know that the Cardinals, one of their running backs, Chase Edmonds, is out, but I know that the running back Connor is balling out. I think they destroy the Bears.
Okay, so they're 7 over the Bears. I'm going to shock everybody and take the Bears to cover the spread, not to win the game. The reason is Arizona has quite a few injuries. So we'll see, but I'm going to take the Bears.
Hopkins is going to ball out, that wide receiver. You watch.
Yeah, he's a Hall of Famer for sure. And here comes a difficult game because of the spread. And we're talking Tampa Bay, who has not been performing nearly as well as they should be. And they're 10.5-point favorites over the Falcons. Caneshade, what do you think about this game?
Oh, wow. Okay, you got the 8-3 Buccaneers versus the 5-6 Falcons. I don't know, man. The Falcons are like hot and cold, you know. But I think the Buccaneers, they will. What's the point? What's the point?
10.5 points.
I don't know if they're gonna cover. They'll win, but I don't know if they're gonna cover.
So you're gonna say the Falcons?
I'm gonna say the Falcons, but Buccaneers got the game.
I think the same way. I'm gonna take the Falcons to cover the spread. Because I think 10.5 is large, and the Falcons always seem to play really tight with Tampa Bay. And who can, some of the games they play are just really close. Okay. Oh, the poor Lions. Oh, gosh, they have one tie this season. They should have won that game. They're pathetic. And what else can you say about them? I'm kind of surprised the Vikings are only favored by 7. I think the Vikings are going to win this game because if Mattson playing at running back, he's probably the best backup running back in the NFL, and he's just as there's not much of a difference between him and Cook. So I'm going to say Vikings will cover the 7 against the Lions.
Yes, I have the Vikings covering the spread also and winning. Yeah.
And if you're noticed this week, there are a lot of big spreads. This is more than usual, that you have more than touchdown spreads. And here's another one. And here's a team, the Colts, that they just lost a heartbreaker last week. They were ahead of most of the game, ahead of Tampa Bay. They absolutely lost a heartbreaker. They got the best running back in football. Would you say that?
Oh, yes. Taylor.
He is phenomenal.
Yes.
And they have that show on HBO. Have you been watching that at all?
No, I haven't. No.
On HBO, they have a show where they're showing them every week right before the game. and they're doing that for the season.
Taylor reminds me, the running back for the Colts remind me of like the old school running backs from back in the days. Like it's just tremendous. Kind of more like a kind of reminds me of Edgerrin James in a way, who played for the Colts, but definitely definitely balling out for a second year. It's tremendous first 2 seasons.
And what do you think of Wentz, the way he's playing this year with the Colts compared to when he was with the Eagles?
Wentz had all right years with the Eagles, but Wentz is all right this year.
Well, I think because he has a line, he has a great running back, and he has Pittman's a very underrated wide receiver. And 10 points against the Texans is a big spread, though. Texans played pretty well. What do you think about the spread in this game?
Shit, I think the Colts will cover the spread.
I'm going to say the same thing. Okay. Now, here's a game that I don't even know if the spread's big enough. Jags, 12.5-point underdog to the LA Rams. Now, this game is, people will say it's kind of a trash game. People say there's no way the Rams are going to lose to the Jags at home. But the Rams have kind of been underplaying. Stafford's in a slump. He's not playing nearly as well as he was. But I don't think that's going to matter. What do you think, Caneshade?
The Jaguars, they upsetted my Buffalo Bills this year. They are, but Eckler for the Rams is fucking balling the fuck out. I don't know, man. I don't think. What's the spread again?
12.5.
I don't know. I don't think the Rams will cover it.
So you're going to take the Jags?
Take the Jags, yes.
Okay,
yes.
And I'm going to take the Rams. And that's pretty much it. It's going to be interesting. We got a couple more games to cover, but we went through this pretty quick so far. It's going to be interesting to see. We're going to compare records. And anybody betting, if one of us get lucky and we go on a hot streak, don't bet with us. But
yeah, I'm not a professional here, guys. Don't let the
yeah, we're doing this for fun. This is something
this is for fun.
Yeah,
it's the average Joe show. So
yeah, and that's what we are. We're average Joes. We're not going to come here and talk about nothing else going on. This is strictly a football show, and we're going to try to make it better as time goes along. Maybe get into some college, some baseball on Sunday, maybe boxing, big matches. Who knows what we're going to do? Okay, next game. Let's see. We have. Now, this is going to be a very good game, and both teams are near the playoffs. I mean, they actually are, because of the amount of teams making the playoffs. Washington right now would actually make the playoffs with their record. So, Washington, 1.5-point underdog at the Raiders. What do you think?
Oh, shit. Oh, man, the Washington got a fucking outstanding receiver. What the hell is his name? He always balls out.
Oh, he does.
McLaren. Yeah, McLaren. I can't think of it right now, but I don't know. I got Washington getting that W on the Raiders.
You think they're going to go and take it there at the Raiders?
Yes.
Okay. Well, I'm going to go against you in this one. I'm going to say the Raiders. Carr is by far having his best season ever. And he's one of the top-rated quarterbacks this year, which is nice. As you know, the Raiders have so much controversy this year. They lost their coach, and they're having a hard time recovering from it. But they're still in the playoff picture. So I'm going to go Raiders. Caneshade's going to do Washington with the 1.5. Okay, so now we're going to go to another game. Let's see. We have the Chargers, 3.5 over the Bengals. This is another tough game.
Yeah. You got Mixon, the running back for the Bengals, is balling the fuck out.
Yes,
and then you got Charger has that high power offense too. I don't know, bro. I think I'm gonna have. I think the Chargers will cover the spread.
You think so?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna go with the Bengals. I think the Bengals are playing way too hot right now. Chargers are having trouble on the road, even though their quarterback The quarterback is awesome, but he's very inconsistent. He got off to a great start this year.
Herbert.
Yeah. And Herbert got off to a very great start this year, and he's had a couple bad games. So it's going to be interesting to see what he does. But I'm going to take the Bengals because they're home, and because this is a game right now where the Bengals are actually fighting for a playoff spot. Who thought they would say that about the Bengals?
Yeah.
And Mixon is looking like he did a couple of years ago. He's back from that injury from last year.
Yeah, Mixon is balling out.
Okay, then let's see. We'll go up here, and we're going to do, first, we're going to do 3 more games. We're going to do the Sunday night game. And the Sunday night game is the Broncos are 9.5-point favorites. Underdogs at the Chiefs. And for some reason, it seems like the Broncos always give the Chiefs trouble. And the Broncos are very inconsistent, but when their defense shows up, they play well. So basically what it comes down to, will they show up and play a good game in Kansas City? Kansas City's starting to roll now. They got off to a bad start, but even their defense is starting to play better.
Mahomes has been having not a good season.
Right.
But I think he will show up, and I think they'll put some points on the Broncos, and I think they will cover the spread. They'll blow out the Broncos.
Okay.
Broncos defense.
I'm going to go in the totally other direction. I'm going to say the Broncos come within 8 points, getting underneath the spread. And the reason I'm saying that, it's a Sunday night game, and teams just arise with those big games where people are watching them on TV and they're not watching anything else. So I'm going to say the Broncos with the 9.5 points. Chiefs win the game, though, of course. Okay. So we got Monday Night Football. And this is a great Monday night game. This is what you like to see on Monday nights. You got the Pats, who are back. I mean, New England is back. Their defense is playing phenomenal. Their quarterback, he's inconsistent, but you have to remember he's a very young quarterback. It's his first year. He's a rookie. And I think that the Pats put 2.5 at the Bills. I like the Pats in this game to cover that spread of 2.5 points. They're the underdog. What do you think?
I'm going with my Buffalo Bills. My Buffalo Bills will win. Zach Moss they need to get the running game going. Zach Moss is injured. Singletary, I think my Bills will pull it through, man.
Yeah, that offense for the Bills is underperforming. Even when you really think about it, their wide receiver, they were one of the best in the league last year, and this year he's just having.
Josh Allen reminds me a lot of Brett Favre. Just like as far as just the bravery, like he'll just throw it. He's like a gunslinger. He'll run it and he has Diggs is an option. Who else he has? Man, he has a lot of weapons. Hopefully the Patriots, the Patriots, if they win, I believe they'll be the top of the AFC East. The Bills need this. I'm a homer. I'm a Bills fan. I want the Bills to win. Hopefully the Bills offense will show up I believe the game is in Buffalo, right?
Yes.
It's going to be cold as shit probably.
The Pats are used to that. They're in the same area. They're not far away.
Yeah, but I'm saying like as far as they need to get the running game. I don't know. My heart wants to say the Bills, man, but I don't know. We'll see.
Well, you got the Bills. I'll take the Pats. I think the Bills are underperforming a little bit, so it's going to be interesting. The Bills have to win this game because they're battling out with the Pats for the division right now. So it's one of those games that's going to be kind of close. I just hope it's a great game. I love watching great games on Monday night.
Oh, man, it's going to be a great game. And yes.
So what we're going to do.
And the Bills haven't been on Monday. They've been on Monday night, but not like a game like this for years.
And being that we're going to do this on Sundays, and we're going to drop the videos on Sunday morning. We're going to do Thursday's game leading off next week. And the spread, people can change easily from now to next week. And next Thursday night game on December 9th is the Steelers. Let me put this up here. The Steelers are 4.5-point underdogs to the Vikings. And so that's going to be a very interesting game. What do you think?
I don't know, man. It's too early to call that game, but I don't. I have to pick now. I would have to say the Vikings.
And the only reason I'm going to say the Steelers will cover that spread, they may not win it, but I think they're going to cover that spread because they have to win. And it seems like when the Steelers have to win a game, they'll pull something out of the behind and win. So that's going to be interesting to see. There's some good football games coming up.
Definitely,
okay.
Man.
Out of all those games, which one do you find the most interesting?
Oh, Monday night.
Yeah, I would definitely say that.
You got the Patriots creeping back. They've been always a few games behind the Bills this year, and it's huge. It's going to be a huge game.
And believe it or not, with me, I'm interested in the Washington at the Raiders game because both teams are playing good, not great, but they're playing good now. And it's for playoffs for both teams from both divisions, AFC and the NFC. So I'm actually looking forward to that game. But, that's pretty much it. And you know what? This video is going to only be about 20 minutes long, but I enjoyed doing this. We're going to do more and add a little bit more and try to make the videos probably like 30 minutes because people don't want to sit down and watch an hour video on football games.
Yeah,
especially when they're getting ready. But we'll drop this in the morning.
Yes, it's the average Joe football. We're in the off season. We're going to be covering the NFL draft. We're going to do a bunch of stuff on here, and I'm excited to do this. This is my thing. I'm more of a college football guy. Guys, we'll probably cover the playoffs, the college football playoffs, which should be Michigan, Cincinnati, Alabama, and Georgia. Them four should make it. Tomorrow we'll find out.
Out of those teams, Georgia's the only one that lost, with being that they were undefeated, and the other teams had one loss except Cincinnati. It's going to be interesting to see, but those are going to be the four teams. Let's talk about that real quick. Out of those four teams, who do you see winning? And you could change.
Right now, the championship, I think Alabama.
You're going to Alabama.
I'm going.
They've had some close games this year, but they look real good today.
Yeah, they look real good today, and I think when it's time is played, Nick Saban's gonna gather them boys, and they're gonna win, man.
And the scary thing about the Alabama team is they're young. And they got second and third stringers that would be starting at most colleges.
Let me tell you something about Georgia real quick now. Don't sleep on Georgia. I don't think it's Georgia's year, but I'm going to tell you something. In 2020, which was last year, they had the number one recruiting class in 2020. And I'm saying within next year, they're going to win. Georgia will win the national championship. I just don't think it's this year, guys.
They play at neutral stadiums for the Final Four, right?
Yes. The Orange Bowl is one of them. I forget the other one. I know the Orange Bowl, there's going to be in Miami. It's going to be a playoff game.
Now, see, that's the thing. Georgia lost in Alabama. That doesn't mean they're going to lose in a neutral stadium. So that's going to be very interesting. And here's the thing, though.
Well, the SEC championship was in a neutral stadium, too.
Oh, was
I believe it was in,
Today it was?
Yeah, it was in a neutral stadium.
Why did it seem like there were many more Alabama fans there today than Georgia fans?
Well, I think the game was in Atlanta, to be real with you. I think the game I think the game was in, I could look it up. But
it's funny, Atlanta's close to Georgia and Alabama.
I could be wrong, guys, but I know it was in a neutral stadium because it was the SEC championship. So that's going
to be a great point. If Alabama's putting it together at the right time, well, that's going to be tough. But you know what? The funny thing is, if Georgia wins as number 4, they'll play Alabama
again.
right off the bat.
I see Alabama beating them again.
Wow.
Stetson Bennett, I don't think is the real deal. Spencer Bennett the fourth, that the guy really does like he's a good game manager. He doesn't have a good arm. I think JT Daniels that's been sitting on the bench all year is probably a better choice than Bennett, but Bennett's been getting it done. But we'll see.
KJ, let me ask you a question. Here's what I think they're going to do. I think they're going to put Cincinnati 4th on purpose because they don't want Georgia playing Alabama again right away.
Mm-hmm.
So, and they want Cincinnati, and they're going to say Cincinnati is going to be the sacrificial lamb of Alabama, but that might not happen.
Mm-hmm.
You know, Cincinnati is an amazing story. You're talking about a small college, you know, and it
brings exposure to the conference. It's the American conference. I don't believe it. I don't know. I don't believe any of that team has ever that conference that's been in the playoffs before. I don't think.
I'd rather see Cincinnati in the first round playing Alabama, and Michigan against Georgia, but we'll see. Well, listen, Caneshades, I appreciate it. Is there anything going on you want to tell anybody about?
Nothing much, man. I'm just excited to do this Average Joe show, and
we're going to stay away from all that other drama when we do this. This is
that shit's irrelevant to me, man.
Yes,
I'm here. We're doing a sports show. We're going to get interviews. We're going to be on a whole different page over here.
Yes.
So it is what it is.
Yes. So that's that, and we, and it's not even about views, people. We're going to have our fun, slowly try to build things up, and go from there. Caneshades is a expert at college. I consider myself knowing a lot because I love fantasy and I've been playing fantasy for a long time. And I'm very familiar with NFL teams. So, and it's good to have a guy that's an expert in one area. And,
I wouldn't say expert. I just know a little bit more than
more than most people.
We're average Joes, Lee. We're just average sports fans.
Yeah, but average Joes love their college.
Yes.
And you're a Miami fan. You've been through hell.
Yeah, over 20 years.
And I'm a Notre Dame fan, and I'm kind of depressed that they blew that game against Cincinnati.
I got some news now. I'm hearing that we're going to get Mario Cristobal.
Oh,
and
really?
we're gonna get the athletic director from Clemson. We're dishing out some money now, Lee. I'm hearing a rumor. I don't know if it's true. We're gonna see.
Yeah, well, it'll be interesting to see. Well, that's going to be the show. Thank you, people. We're going to sign off now, and I really enjoyed doing this. I hope you like the show, and we are the Average Joes.